Hey, welcome to week 2, EDUT 501 Concordia students. I'm Bill Selleck, adjunct faculty at Concordia, still here with one of your authors, Tanya Avrith. Tanya, we're going to talk about the Twitters.
The Twitters.
Yes.
Awesome.
So I think that's where we initially met, yeah? At
Yes.
some point. Back in the day, this was one of the first places we ever found each other. I think that if you take Twitter in particular aside, there's so many social media platforms, ways to be a more connected educator, right?
Absolutely. It's really about connecting. So if you're connecting on Twitter, that's a great place to connect. I think that there's a lot of new and emerging channels where people are connecting, like Clubhouse or on Spaces, on Twitter. So these are all spaces that ultimately are a place to connect with fellow like-minded educators who are trying to push boundaries, and Twitter becomes an island of innovation for people finding each other. And so it's such a great place to learn.
I love that. Do you have any favorite either hashtags or tips for people if they're maybe just getting started on Twitter?
Totally. I mean, few things that you could do. One are either, as Bill just said, like follow a hashtag. So I'm a little biased, but I love Adobe EDU Creative because I do work there, but I think it's such a great community of creatives. And for me, that's a space where I love to connect with fellow creatives. In the past, one of the things that I would often do is find people that I really loved and just follow them. So Bill is a great person to follow, of course. Finding your interests and figuring out who the people in that space are and following them. I work with this great principal here I live in Palm Beach County in Florida, and he's into esports and he's trying to get that connected with his school. So he started following esports for education, hashtags, like there's different ones. And then he connected to a whole network of other principals who were also in the midst of creating communities for their schools and starting programs. So it's a great place in that way to connect with fellow educators with similar interests and to get your network started.
Oh, those are such great tips. That's awesome. And that's actually your username down in the corner. There it is, right there, right?
Yeah.
You just put your Twitter username. Yeah, I'll do that about half the time these days.
Yeah, because that's how I really prefer to be connected with people, especially my network on social. So it just makes sense.
Yeah. Love it. Awesome. Thank you so much, Tanya.
Welcome. Thanks, guys. I hope to see you on the Twitters.